You don't, if you see how much I paid back, one Russia, because you ran 4 steps to honor me, Kshani Mishalem Schar, Lavram, Yitzchak, V'Yakov, Shirotzi Lafanai Kasusim, they ran to do my will with all of their might, like horses, Al Achas Kama V'Kama. Could you imagine how much reward I'll give them? Hainu D'chsiv L'Neviim, Nishbar Libi, B'Kirbi, Rachafu, Kalatzmoisai, Hiyisi K'Ishikar, Gever Avora Yoy, Hashem, Nedivrei Katshoy. Bottom line is, Hashem said, if you see the Rishoyim succeed in this world, don't fret, don't be upset, because you should just look at them and make a kal v'chomer. If I'm paying them back for the little and minimal zchusim that they have, certainly you could only imagine, the Gemara is going to say later, Ayin le'ras elakim zalzecha. No eye can ever imagine, no eye has ever seen, no human eye has ever seen what Hashem has in store for those who do His will.
They're getting paid their Olam Haba in this world so that
they don't get paid in Olam Haba. They're using all their tokens. Exactly. That's exactly what Hashem is saying. Hashem is saying, I'm giving him a reward in this world. What do you say, Mo?
When I will reward them, this is already passed out. Did he already reward them?
That's a great question. You're asking on the lashon, on the language. How could it be? Why is it?
You should already reward them.
Why is it in future tense? Ksha'ani meshalim schar lavram v'yitzchak v'yakov shirot l'magim achas kama v'kama. Why is it future tense? Let's see what he says in the bottom.
They don't pay him this world. They don't pay him.
He's already dead by then.
Yeah, they already died at that point. He already started the payment plans. Yeah, you can't get it now, Rocky.
I'm going to pay them.
I'm just on with it.
You should have said.
Oh yeah, okay.
You should have seen what they already got paid. If you would have seen.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll see what happens.
It's not on the stream. It's decided it has to update. It's going to take like 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
Listen,
Thanks.
You want the cash, or you want your great grandkids to have the cash? You want to go on the yacht, or you want to be on the yacht right now with your dad?
Yeah. Right. So you ask me a question. I don't know the answer to that. Why does it say future tense? It could be that it's constant, it's infinite. So Hashem keeps paying them back. It's not like Hashem already paid them back. It's forever. The tzaddikim, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov. Yeah. It's infinite. It's infinite. Right now, it's ani mishalem schar. It's present tense, actually. He keeps paying them back.
When you learn something in their name, then they get the star in Shemayim. So
Also,
the Torah, right?
very good. Anytime a Jew gets inspired and learns the Torah of Rabbi Yitzchak Yaakov, it racks up more zchusim on their account. Very good.
Take down Sanhedrin.
Sanhedrin.
We said there was a time limit though to when this.
That's for us.
That's for us to tap into the debit card. Mo was calling it the debit card. Yeah, that's. Yeah. Right.
There's a limit.
There's a limit for us to be able to use their credit. Like, yeah, but
They're getting credit.
but they themselves, we'll see later that La'asid Lavai, Hashem is going to do a whole new judgment. What's the judgment? If a person dies, there's judgment. What's the new judgment when a person is resurrected? And the answer is because there's constant ramifications that are happening from a person's life and a person's actions in this world.
When a person says Torah, the name of someone's nifter,
Yeah.
his
Lips are moving. That's what Natan is saying. Yeah, it's also schar, constant. It's constant. It's infinite.
You can also say, this Gemara, isn't it, in Sanhedrin, where there's the Chesam Esim, the Jews are going to live forever.
Yeah.
Right?
And the non-Jews will die at old age. Yeah, we learned that. Yeah. Now it's interesting, now that we mentioned that Hashem paid back for 4 steps, the 4 steps for this Russia, we're going to learn about these 4 steps. Now, Hani Arbe Psiyas Mahi. Oh, you mamish came? Wow. Just mamish by this Gemara, come. Hani Arbe Psiyas Mahi. What are these 4 steps? Now, by the way, I believe there's a girsa that's Geiris 3 steps, not 4 steps. Okay? It's not 4, it's 3. Camera can't see you. Come. Hani Arbe Psiyas Mahi. T'chsiv, ve'esahi, sholach meroidach baladen ben baladen melech bavel sfarim. Baladen. Not Aladdin. Baladen. What?
Bin Laden.
Oh, Bin Laden.
Now we're talking. כמעט מאותו אזור שם.
וואו, שולח מרוידך בלאדן בן בלאדן. בן בלאדן, מלך בבל ספרים.
זה אח שלו.
Yeah, משום ככל חזקיהו ויחזק שדלי ספרים ממנחה. doesn't mean that because Chizkiyahu got sick, he sent him a gift. The Gemara says like a whole story is going to be told over right now. The Amr Rabbi Yochanan, where it says in Lidrish Shamoifes Shahoibars, there was a miracle that took place the day Chizkiyahu got sick, and he was healed. The Amr Rabbi Yochanan, Oisayim Shemeis Bayachas Shtei Shoysoya. Chizkiyahu's father was Achaz. Achaz was a Rasha. We know earlier in Sanhedrin we learned that when Achaz died, Chizkiyahu dragged his father's body through the streets of Yerushalayim. Why? To give him a tikkun and for everybody to see what happens to Oved Avodah Zarah. That was a tikkun. Rashi says, what about Kavod Av? Kibbud Av after a person that father dies. Also a chiyuv, it's not so pashut, but he wanted to give him a tikkun. It was Eislas Lashem. It was a time where Klal Yisrael needed chizuk not to do Avodah Zarah, to separate from Avodah Zarah. But that day that Achaz died, the day was very short. Hashem took 10 hours away from the day. It was only a 2-hour day. All right? It was only 2 hours. Any part of the world that's only a 2-hour day? I believe there are, right? There are parts in the world that are only a 2-hour day. Where?
North Pole and the South Pole.
North Pole and South Pole. Okay. So you had in Yerushalayim, you had a North Pole situation where you had a 2-hour day. Okay, why? Why did Hashem make it a 2-hour day? Hashem didn't want...
Does that make it a 22-hour night?
Yeah, 22-hour night. Why did Hashem make it only a 2-hour day? Teretz is because if there would be a more time, then they would be masperim. Hashem didn't want them to have enough time to give him kavod or whatever it is.
This was about Chizkiyahu.
So v'chichol Chizkiyahu v'itpach, when Chizkiyahu became sick and he needed to be healed, Adrina Kadosh Baruch Hu la'anachas hashani alei, Hashem put those 10 hours of sunshine back into the world, and he was healed. Hashem extended the day 10 hours. Amr Lahu, so Baladin, who was in Iraq, right, he was the king of Bavel, not too far from Israel, says, my hi, what's going on over here? So 22-hour day, 22 hours sunshine. So Gemara says, Amr Chizkiyahu chalosh ve'itpach. This was because an ois that Chizkiyahu was sick and he became healthy again. Omar, Ike Gavra Kihai, there's a person with such high stature that Hashem changed the Masa Bereshis to because of such a person. And I shouldn't send him a Yegeres Shloimim, a letter saying hi. Kasvele, so he wrote to Chizkiyahu, Shloma Lamalke Chizkiyahu, peace unto you, the king of Chizkiyahu. Shlom Lakarta Yerushalayim, peace unto you, the city of Yerushalayim. And Shalom Lakar Rabbah, peace unto you, the great God of Yisrael. The Gemara says Nebuchadnezzar suffered the blood. Now, at that point, Nebuchadnezzar was the press secretary. He was the guy who was in charge of making sure to get out all these. I don't know. It's called the press secretary. Somebody makes sure to get out the message. He was. I guess he wasn't there that day that he wrote this letter to Chizkiyahu. Ki asa, when he came on the next morning, Amrlu, Heichek Asvisa, let me take a look at the letter you wrote. Amrlu, they said to him, Hachek Asvina, they showed him exactly how they wrote it. Amrlu, Karisale Elo Rabba Chazvisale Labasayif, you calling him the great God and you're writing him at the end? That's no good. Amar, so he said, so Nebuchadnezzar said, Elahachik Soivu, you have to switch it around, the order. Shalom L'Lakarabba, peace unto you, the great God. Shalom L'Karta Yerushalayim, peace to the city of Yerushalayim. Shalom L'Malka Chizkiyahu. Amrele, they said to him, Karyona de Igarta, Iulava Parvanka. The one who reads the letters, he should be the shliach to write it. In other words, since you are the one who are coming up with this idea to correct the order that the letter was written, then you should be the one to repair it.
Deliver it.
I'm not sure if he delivered it, he repaired it.
No, it says who had been sent to deliver the letter.
Correct.
So Rod Basrei Nebuchadnezzar ran after the delivery man. Yeah. Kederoyet arba psias. Okay, here again we have a zoyhar and other mafarshim that means say shalosh psias. He ran. My goodness, imagine if he would have ran four steps. 3 steps. He took 3 steps. I just can't get over this. Also, Gabriel v'okman. Gabriel had to come and stop him. Rabbi Yochanan, ilamole ba Gabriel ba'amidai. If not for Gabriel stopping Nebuchadnezzar from taking another step, we wouldn't have any hope. Why? Because he was rewarded such unbelievable reward for those 3 steps. What was he rewarded? He was given He was given Malchus. He was given Malchus. He was given Malchus over the entire world. And by the way, the Maharsha over here sheds light on a practice we do 3 times a day. I don't know if you know this. This is unbelievable.
We're going out. We're going
By Shmoyne Esrei.
We finish 18.
Yeah.
We go back 3 steps.
We go back 3 steps. Why?
Because of
זה כנגד זה. זה
we
כנגד זה.
are critics.
We have to overcome his
So one guy is going to just take all the.
credit. Yeah.
He wipes out the whole bank account in 1 second. He's like Madoff.
There was no one Jewish man that did it.
The Magen Avram says what?
Sister's mother with
Rento Kadosh Baruch Hu like that.
shofar.
Yeah, because Sisera cried. Sister's mother cried over Sisera. She was waiting for Sisera's chariot to come back.
She wailed.
And she wailed. She wailed. Vatiyabev aim Sisera. Pasuk says. Yeah, and then we have shofar. That's a whole different conversation. Why are we basing the sounds of our shofar based on a Hitler's mother? Hitler's mother cries. So we're basing. Okay, that's a whole different shmooze for Rosh Hashanah. Teva Lachiyakov, Bilam's bracha, right? Unbelievable. Yeah. Now the Maharsha, I have to read you the lashon of the Maharsha. Maharsha says, "V'chein amru remez." This is the remez that we take 3 steps after Shemoneh Esrei, and then what do we say after Shemoneh Esrei? By the way, what do we say? Yiratzen sheyibana beis. Why do we say Yiratzen sheyibana beis hamikdash after we take 3 steps? Because of those 3 steps, he destroyed the beis hamikdash. So we take 3 steps and we say, "B'schus our 3 steps, Yiratzen sheyibana beis hamikdash." Unbelievable, incredible. So anyway, the Gemara says, "My Baladan ben Baladan." Why was his name Baladan ben Baladan? Now, really, Baladan, right, was his father's name. So why would we call him? They called him, Baladan ben Baladan, the son of the king at the time of Nebuchadnezzar's. When Nebuchadnezzar was press secretary, the king of Babel was Baladan.
Not Morodach ben
And he was named Morodach Baladan ben Baladan. That was his name.
Morodach, yeah.
Morodach Baladan ben Baladan. So where it says, why did they call him Ben Baladan? Why are they calling him by the name of his father? Amri, they said Baladan Malkahava. Baladan was a king. And his face turned into the face of a dog. Now I was seeing Rabbi Eli Stefanski's shiur, and they took AI, they took Biden's face, and they asked AI to make Biden look like a dog. And they showed how, like through AI, how Biden's face slowly transforms into the face of a dog. I'm very glad they didn't do it with Trump. But they did it with Biden. Yeah? Okay, bottom line is, they took Biden and made it dog. So it's incredible. He mamish looked. I think I once saw a book. This is incredible. Once a book that people own dogs. Anybody own a dog over there? Yeah? You saw a dog? Okay. I don't know dogs. No, I'm nothing against people, dog owners. But I found people who own dogs for a very long time, there's a similarity. You saw this before? No way. I'm not crazy. There is a similarity between the dog owner and the dog's face.
It's not so much. It could be the look. It could be the.
I don't know what it is, but there's something there. So Baladan started looking like a dog. Yeah. Gore's gonna very good. Pnei Ador ki pnei HaKelev.
That's the next time.
This is another daf, but we'll talk about there. There's a lot to talk about over there.
I go to visit this guy all the time.
Yeah.
And his dog's always sitting up sleeping, and this guy's always coming to the day on the couch.
They're both the dog and the owner. Both like.
And my mouth just is a perfect.
They're perfect. Yeah, the mom's a dog. So this Baladan guy is shtane apev ave the cow, but looked like a dog. Havi Yosef brei al malchusa. So his son Meroidach, like you said, he took over the kingdom because his father looked like a dog, but he was still alive. Ki have a kasiv when he would write letters. Have a kasiv shmei, he would write his own name. Ushmei de avua Baladan Malka, because his father was still alive. He wanted to honor his father because he was still alive, so he used his father's name as well. Hainu dechsiv bein yechaber av va'eved adoinav. Bein yechaber av, who's a son who honors his father, even if the father looks like a dog. Baladan said Ben Baladan to honor his father. Va'eved adoinav dechsiv, who is the example, the prime example, who of a servant honoring his master. It says in Yirmiyah, "V'chodesh hachamisha b'os l'chodesh yishnas cheser l'melech shalom melech nevchad v'etzem melech bavel bonav azrav navach tabochim Oh, Melech Bo B'Shleim, the Yisrael Beis Shem as Beis HaMelech. Nebuzaradan came and he conquered, he basically destroyed Yerushalayim, he burned the Beis HaMikdash. Either had his image engraved on his chariot, to always have Nebuchadnezzar, his master, in mind, or he was so afraid of Nebuchadnezzar, call it trauma, call it whatever you want, that in his mind's eye, it was as if he was standing before Nebuchadnezzar at all times. So even when he conquered Yerushalayim, it's considered Nebuchadnezzar was with him because he had Nebuchadnezzar mentally, emotionally in front of him. So it's as if he had him physically there.
It's like Shiviti Hashem
Mamish. David Melech says, from my enemies I could learn lessons. The lesson of Shiviti Hashem like you're saying, can be learned from Nebuchadnezzar. Mamish like that. Yeah? Omar Rava, Ta'in Telos Ma'a Kidniyasa. Nebuchadnezzar, when he came to Yerushalayim and he conquered it, he had 300 mules filled with narga the parzla, the shal of the parzla, with metal axes and hammers that can literally break through a metal. Shadr le Nebuchadnezzar le Razradin. So he sent Nebuchadnezzar to Razradin, Kulu Balatin Chadosha de Yerushalayim. All of those axes that I had, the metal axes, were swallowed up in the door of the Chaim of Yerushalayim. So Boila Meheder, as soon as he saw that Yerushalayim was protected on a metaphysical level, in other words, nothing was able to penetrate, so he decided, I can't conquer it, I'm going to turn around. I'm afraid that they're going to punish me like they punished Sanhedrin. Remember, Nebuzaradan. Who's Nebuzaradan? What's his relation to Sanhedrin? You remember? Sanhedrin had 5 people left over with him, right? Who was it? Sanhedrin, his 2 sons, Nebuzaradan, Nebuchadnezzar, that we learned yesterday. Nebuzaradan was still part of the army of Sanhedrin. He saw the miracle that took place, where thousands, millions, billions died in one night. He's like, I'm going to try to conquer Yerushalayim now. I don't want Hashem to pay me back and to punish me the way he punished Sanhedrin.
Sanhedrin become a Jew?
No.
Sanhedrin was killed by his children, by his sons. That we learned yesterday also. So it says, Nafka Kola, a Baskel came out. This is all, it's unbelievable for Nebuzaradan to hear a Baskel. For Omar, and it said, Shavar bar Shavar. The quick one, the son of the quick one, Nebuzaradan. Shvar, the Mota Zimna. Go ahead. Quick, jump up. The Mota Zimna Makcha Chiriv Heichal Mikle. The time arrived that the Beis Hamikdash should be destroyed and the Heichal should be burnt. Pashle Chad Narga, he took one more axe, his last axe he had on him. Asa Machi Bekoifa, he threw it against the door of Yerushalayim, the Iftach, and it opened up. Shenemar Yevoda Kamevi Lamala Besvach Eitz Kardumas. Have a kotel va'ozul. Now the Nebuzaradan, he realized he's got the green light from heaven. All right, he's given the green light. Huh?
The whole thing that Hashem wants to show you could throw 300, nothing. Now when I tell you it's okay. You could work all day. Hashem wants to give it to you. It's going to come to you with one thing.
We could stop the shiur on that note, but we have to go weiter, but it's just so powerful. Have a kotel va'ozal. He killed everybody. Adamota leichola till he came to the Heichal, the Beis Hamikdash. Adla benura, he lit a fire. Gova eichola. So the Heichal began rising up to heaven. It didn't want to get burned by a Russia. They pushed it back down. From Shemai, they pushed the Heichal back down to earth. Shenemer gas Dorach Hashem Levsulos Bas Yehuda Kazicha Daita. And Nebuchadnezzar saw, he felt arrogant. He was like, wow, look at me, I'm succeeding. Baskel came out and said, don't be so arrogant. You killed a nation that's already dead. You burnt the Heichal, it's already been burnt. And you already ground a flour that's been grounded already. If you take a look at Nefesh Chaim was Reb Chaim Volozhiner, who's the Talmud of the Vilna Gaon. He wrote a beautiful sefer, very powerful sefer called Nefesh Chaim. Nefesh Chaim, he writes unbelievable words. I don't have it with me. I should have brought it with me. But he writes that you see from this Gemara that whatever happens on a physical level, people do whatever titus and destroy the second Beis Hamikdash, Nebuzaradan destroyed the first Beis Hamikdash. Really, they have no power whatsoever over us. It's us that have all the power. Each mitzvah, each avera carries so much power in the heavens. And that's what Hashem meant. The Baskel said that you already are grinding flour that has already been ground. By who? By us. We grounded it up. How? By averas. So we carry all the power, all the influence. It just looks on a physical level like they have power over us. But really, Kimcha techina techinat, you already have grounded flour that's already been ground. Unbelievable. So he came into the Heichal, Chazid made the Zechariah Davakarasach. He saw the blood of Zechariah Navi that's boiling. Amar Lahu, the Vazradan said to the Kahana, My eye, whose blood is this? So at first they tried to lie. Amar Lei, Dan Zvachim with the Shtapech. It's spilled blood from the Karbanos. Amar Lahu, Aisav Anasi Imedami, let me go check. Bring me an animal. He shechted the animal. He compared the blood, and he saw Kasivali Idmi. It didn't match up. It didn't compare. Amar Lahu, Galilee, reveal to me the truth. If you don't tell me the truth, whose blood this is, I'm going to skin your flesh with metal combs. Amrulei. Hi, Koyin v'Navi. They had no choice. They told him this is a Koyin and a Navi. He prophesied on the destruction of Yerushalayim, and we killed him. Amr Lahu, son of Azrad, says, Anom afesinale. I'm going to appease Zechariah. He brought the biggest Talmidei Chacham, Chacham Yisrael, and he killed them right next to the blood. And it didn't calm down. He brought the Tinoika Shel Misrab, the children from Cheder, and he shechted them, and it still didn't calm down. He brought the young Kahanim, he shechted them, it still didn't calm down. Adi Kotlei Tishin v'Arba'a Riba, he killed 940,000 Jews, almost 1 million Jews. And it still didn't calm down. Karev Lagabei,
Why would you think that would calm him down?
it was still boiling because he felt like maybe I'm taking revenge on your behalf. Yeah, dam b'dam mama, yeah. Karev Lagabei, he kneeled, he got close to the blood of Omar, and he said, Zechariah, tell him Shabbat about it. I already killed the best of the best. You want me to kill every single Jew? Miyad nach, right away the blood stopped boiling, it calmed down.
What upset about the son?
Hiru teshuva bedate. And what? It's a problem, no? Why didn't it calm down right away? Mazeh.
940,000?
Very difficult.
Why did
Here
you
it-
say that right away?
Yeah.
After the first two, why did you say
Fair,
that?
right? The numbers are
It's
all-
unbelievable. The numbers, what did he say?
Why didn't you say, well, this won't appease you? Why didn't you say that by the first?
Why did he say right away? I guess he was a Russian Rushi. He killed. He didn't mind killing Jews, but the cat 10 million Jews, he's like, listen, probably his arm was hurting by then. That's a selfishry. Here at Tshuva B'daiti, he had a here at Tshuva. Omar Mohem Shlei Ibdol Nefesh Achas. Madach, them. They only killed one person, Zechariah, and look how they're suffering for it. Kacha hu gav kach, this is what they're suffering, this is their punishment. Hu gavra, myself, referring to him in the third person. Mate havale, what's going to be with me? How are they going to punish me for killing almost 1 million Jews? And he had that one here at Tshuva, Orek, he ran away. Shadar Petiyasa Labesi, he sent a will, a final will and testimony to his family, his Gayer, and he converted to Judaism. The Vizradan converted, became a Jew. It's unbelievable. It's like Hitler becoming a Jew. I don't even know which Bezdin was Megayer, the guy. Right. But who accepted the Vizradan as a Ger? Must have been a reformed Bezdin. The Bezdin Geirus was no good. Yeah, who accepts a Ger like that, right? Unbelievable. I want to know that Bezdin. He's a Ger Tzedek. Says the Gemara, Tonu Rabbanon. Naaman Ger Toishevoya. Naaman, who was what? The general of Aram. Naaman with Elisha, right? The famous story. Naaman was a Ger Toishev. What's a Ger Toishev? A couple of days in the Gemara, but Pashtus it means he's Mekabel Sheva Mitzvahs B'nai Noach. Anyone who's Mekabel, a Noahide. There's a whole community of Noahides today. I met a couple of people who keep Sheva Mitzvahs B'nai Noach. They're Mamish Noahides. Naaman was a Ger Toishev. He didn't do Avodah Zarah. Nevuzradan Ger Tzedek. He was a righteous convert. Ger Tzedek. Mibnei Bonav Shel Sisra Illuminate Yerushalayim. The Sisra was the arch enemy of Klal Yisrael. His grandchildren, his descendants, learned Torah in Yerushalayim. It doesn't say who, but very good. Yes, it says that it's Rabbi Akiva. Rav Nissen Goyen and Brochus says on the side of the Gemara over there, Man Inun Rabbi Akiva. He was from the descendants of Sisra. Mibnei Bonav Shel Sanhedrin learned Torah Barabim. And a man inu Shmai Vavatalion. Wow, unbelievable. Nebonav Shel Haman. Lam the Torah of Nebarak. Even a Kaddish Baruch Hu wanted to convert Nebuchadnezzar, the descendant of Nebuchadnezzar. Omer Malach Hashem Lakadosh Baruch Hu, don't. Rebbeinu Shalom, Mishehechrev Beischa V'Sarvis Echalecha Tachas Tachaskav HaShechina. Somebody destroyed your Beis Hamikdash, you're going to let descendants of that person come in Tachaskav HaShechina. So how come, last Kedushas Levi, ended in Kedushas Levi, on a note, the Heilig Kedushas Levi says, how could it be that Haman was Zoicha to have, who was, by the way, his descendant of Shmuel Bashilas, the one who says, Mishenichnas Kashem Shemamatim B'Simcha, when Av comes in, so too, Mamatim B'Simcha, other comes in. So why was Haman Zoicha? Why was Sanhedrin Zoicha? Why was Sisra Zoicha? But Nebuchadnezzar wasn't Zoicha. So the Kedushas Levi, again, I don't have the Lashon in front of me, but he says, you know what the schus of Haman and Sanhedrin and Sisra was? The schus was that all those three, a miracle happened as a result of them, right? By Purim, Klal Yisrael was Mekabel Torah Ma'ava as a result of Haman, even though that wasn't his intention. But he was a catalyst. He was a catalyst for a Kiddush Shem Shamayim, even though it wasn't his intention. Sisra, a miracle happened out of Sisra, right? The Malach came and killed everybody out. There's tremendous chizuk in Klal Yisrael. Kiddush Hashem. Sanhedrin also Kiddush Hashem. Yeah, Sanhedrin the Malach came. But Nebuchadnezzar destroyed the Beis Hamikdash. It was a destruction. Malachim said, no descendants of such a guy. He has no schusim. A Russia could have a schus if, through his richness, the Kiddush Hashem came out of it. But Nebuchadnezzar had no schus, no... he was they allowed him to do what he did.